Sorry. Oh, sorry. Taking ages. One second, let me make sure I'm sort of live-ish. Are we live? I think we're live. Oh, what am I doing? What am I clicking on? I might tell people that I'm streaming. Let's do that. Let's do that on Twitter. I am streaming. You should watch or listen or come say hi. TV/Board Gamer UK. It's like Star Citizen and me type stuff. You know, like I always do. Hashtag Star Citizen. Hashtag Board Gamer. Hashtag Massive PP. No. It's not. Oh man, I did tell you this in a second. I can tweet that. That's perfect. Do I need to tweet it anywhere else? I'll tweet it in my Discordaroo. https://. That should probably perfect. So let's bring this up. Bam. You see me? You can see me. Cool. I got the microphone there. Hello. So, someone posted this in my Discord, yeah, and it's from Thingamajig, Bob, Mark Hamill. That's the one. He plays Old Man in Squadron 42, not Gary Oldman, because he was also in Squadron 42 and is an actor that plays Admiral Bishop. But no, so Mark Hamill's in Squadron 42, and he sent me this, someone in my Discord, with the get ready for a special announcement next week. Hashtag 42, hashtag old man. And I couldn't find that post from Mark Hamill, so either it's been removed or this is fake. Which is possible. Either is possible. Or it's really, really old and I just didn't notice. Might be really old. No. No, this is right. So, but the thing is I couldn't find it, so I searched for the hashtags. Don't search for certain hashtags on social media if you don't know what they are. And I found a lot of stuff that would get my channel immediately banned from having a look at if I was looking at it live. I went, oh, that's a bit risque. So yeah, 42's I think is fine. I didn't check out the other one. I didn't check out that one. But yeah, so hope everyone is doing good, or doing fine, or doing good and fine. I love you all very much, or some of you. I like some of you a bit, probably more accurate. Let's close Discord. Do that. And that's all up. If you'd like to ask a question of any sort, question in brackets, allow me to pick it up. That Star Citizen Live was ass. I thought it was okay. I mean, it wasn't much. Like, it was very little tangible information beyond what we'd just been given in Star Citizen, inside Star Citizen and the monthly report. Do I have a video up on that? Has that gone live, my video? Let's have a look. See if my video's going live or not. Soon find out. Oh my, look at me slurp. You actually literally can look at me slurp now. Oh, I've got a video that it's unlisted at the moment. Shall I list that? Shall I list it? Should we list it? I should list it. We'll make it go live. Schedule. We'll make it go live. In 15 minutes. How's that? I'm not going to be on for very long today because, number one, I'm literally giving my eyes a rest because I've just read through the monthly report and some other stuff. Read a load of stuff, made a load of notes. Video today is on Inside Star Citizen and the Persistent Universe monthly report, sort of like put together and summarised in I think a good contextual fashion. I've lost my mouse cursor. I'm getting old. Older. Shut. Save. Monetization. Turn off those non-skippable ads because no one likes non-skippable ads. Why would you put non-skippable ads in front of your videos? They're supposed to make money, but no, they're horrible, so I get rid of them. That's why I've got Patreon and stuff. And it's, you know, yeah. So yeah, the Star Citizen Live we just had didn't really have much tangible information. It just said a few things wasn't going to be in 3.9 that we thought maybe would be. Desync should be resolved in 3.9, at least for the most part. I'm going to turn down. It's one of my favourite tracks actually. So the desync should be solved in 3.9. They've got the physics proxy refactor stuff in there now as well. And there were problems with 3.8's branch. We know that. Ship and ship spawning is not in 3.9. I thought it was going to be. Now they basically said no. It doesn't look like it's going to be now. Or at least it's planned for not the initial release of 3.9.0. No player-to-player cash transfers in 3.9. We weren't expecting that anyway. However, they're getting a Mobiglast refactor in after they get the ship HUD all up to spec with the new building blocks UI, and then the Mobiglast will be built with the building blocks UI, which is great. They've got an internal thing called Piss Pit, which is the physical inventory system and the personal wheel of thought, which is, you know, anagram of piss, you know what I mean. Not anagram, necrostic. So that's all important stuff that's going in 3.9 or being worked on. So like they need to get the iCache complete, and then we can have physical inventory. But that's obviously not going into 3.9 initial or anything like that. Personal thought stuff, it looks like it will be though. Pirates will be able to sell cargo from blown up ships, but probably not from stolen ones. They needed to check. No player server cap improvements in 3.9. They're working on improving server-side container streaming and server tick rates. You are going to be able to eat and drink at bars and food courts and eat food. Vending machines might not be working. They weren't 100% sure on that, I don't think. Or at least they said you would be able to buy it, and said you wouldn't, and then we'll have to wait and see. You probably can't store... you can't store food in your kitchens yet. You can store food on yourself in 3.9. Radiation hazards will be a thing in later iterations of the player status system. There's no poo-poo in 3.9. They need to use the toilets for hygiene purposes. And they want piracy and PvP and emergent and tense gameplay between players, both groups against each other and solos against each other and that sort of stuff, as much as possible, because it's obviously it's something they can do content-wise at the moment without having to have it fully developed AI and stuff, and that's sort of one of the reasons they prioritized prisons. So I just wanted to go over very quickly what was on that Star Citizen Live today. I'm in a bit of a weird mood. I'm cooking a chili for my parents. One of the reasons I want to go early today. It's a chicken, honey and soy chili that's sort of slightly Asian based, which I had in my head for a while. Literally, I used to be a chef, used to be a head chef, and I like to make random recipes up. I go, and sometimes they'll be in my head for months, and months and months and months and months. But now I've released it. Thank you for... Oh, we've got loads of panel members here. How was Star Citizen Live? Didn't catch it. I think I just went over it in reasonable detail. It was okay. It wasn't great. Just because it wasn't really giving us any new tangible information, really. It was the most asked questions, though, from the things. So... You would just... Sam Newman, I'm surprised Board Gamer has made so many videos for this game, whose development progress could be best described as glacial. I totally disagree. It's very much in its alpha progress, and it's been slow, and they sort of like restarted a load of the development, or entirely reworked huge portions of the development in 2015 for the new scope. But I don't think it's as slow as some people would have you believe. GIB just means give. Give, Robert Johnson. Just means give. That's pretty much it. Give, you say give Carrick. Just give Carrick. It's either from German to give or to take, whatever. or someone that's saying it really badly, internet speak. Why are people giving me lots of money? I explained what GIB was. You don't need to chuck money at me. Oh, can you shill something? I will shill something for $100. I will shill whatever you want. I'll shill your political party for $100, mate. Robert Johnston, I love your face. I explained GIB to you all day, mate. Can you shill my Spectrum thread when I fixed my computer, please? Yes. As soon as you want me to shill something for you, Robert Johnston, you've bought and paid for me. You've bought my loyalty for years of giving hundreds of dollars. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. But seriously, if there's anything I can do to help, which obviously I agree with. We kill babies. Shield for that. It's like, no, I'm probably not into that. Michael Ike. Oh my God, wait. Thank you so much. You were just chucking money at me. More people should be like these two people. Michael Ike. Hey, board. Got a Karak model 3D printing for you. Oh, what? I love you. To be done in a week. Love what you do, man. Oh, Michael, I love your face. I'm so lucky in what I do. Because I get to play games that I enjoy. I get to talk to people that I like or are nerdy in the same way as me. Don't necessarily need to like everyone to get on with them. But of 99% of the people I've met, I had sort of like great times with at CitizenCon and stuff. And I love meeting community members. I need to start organising Barcelona in Southampton, my hometown. Or nearby. But I love being able to do what I do. I get to research a game that I'm really interested in and research it so that eventually, when it's super playable and released or got a permanent persistence in, I can play that game. I can make content in it. And I can be reasonably good at it or informed in it. I can play that game better and do more content. How cool is being able to do what you'd want to do in your free time as your job? That's pretty exciting and cool, right? Someone else is giving me $100. Why? Dance for me. Yes. Mate, I will dance for you. Look, I've lost loads of weight, but I'm still pretty fat. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You can get a little dance. Me. You think that's demeaning? And mate, I'll do it. I'll get you at some point. I'm planning to go and see Moist Noodle and Detox in Brighton at some point, and we'll go out clubbing, and I will get some video of me dancing. I love dancing, and I'm not awful at dancing. I used to work in a gay club for like 7 years or so, maybe 5 or 6 years. I used to work as part of the a volunteer for the community health service. So I used to go to lots of venues and stuff as well. And I used to do barbecues in clubs and things. But I used to dance a lot. And I got trained to dance by a mixture of that and lots of metalheads and alternative dancers. So I've got a very odd style. But I have no fear of dancing. I love dancing. Oh, man. Thank you so much. Why is dance? I danced. Thank you so much. I love your faces. Thanks for all the stuff. Thanks for all the fish. Anyhow, I love your face as well. I've made you a moderator. Cool. I've made you a moderator. Lots of people using memes and not memes. Emotes. I forgot. I'm old now. I'm not sure what a meme is. What else have we got? The question in brackets, if you'd like me to try and pick it out from... there's a lot here. Thank you very much. There's the how do I say your name? The Thesleep. 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 Blah, blah, blah. Thesleep. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Thank you very much for donating $100. I don't know what to do. Like, I said I'd come on quick. Look, the thing is that people giving me loads of money like this does not encourage me to stream more. It encourages me to stream in short little tiny bursts once a day. Like, I'll come on for 15 minutes. People will chuck $300 at me. But more often, I'll just come on when I can. Thank you so much. I don't know what to do or say. Hi, board, you shiny potato head. It is amazing. Thank you for all you do. Thank you very much, Skylark. Appreciate it. Love your face meat. Oh, thank you so much. I tried peanut butter on bread with your chili. I actually... So, the funny you said that, I made some satay sauce. And I was thinking, I could have that on nachos, that satay sauce, with my chili. And because it's slightly Asian-y, my chili as well, with honey and soy as well, I think it would go really well. And you've said peanut. It makes sense. It makes sense as a flavour combination. So I've gone a bit peculiar today. My dad's here at the moment. He's got a terrible migraine. So that's why I'm cooking for my parents today, looking after them. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was thinking I was dancing. What's this all about? A new bar on Microtech. So we've got the new area on Microtech. We've got a new Babbage. And there's Willie's bar. And was it Wally's? It's one or the other. One's probably a bar next to it, which is a bit more risque or something. So yeah, and it's like a Las Vegas type club. It's like a club, I suppose. American style club. With a bar in the middle and like an open ceiling. Well, not an open ceiling, a domed glass ceiling, so you can look out into space or the sky, depending on what time of the day it is, I suppose. But yeah, it was really cool. You're going to be eating and drinking in 3.9. How would you like Death of the Spaceman to play out? Do you think it will combat griefing and trolling? I think it will add risk and reward to the system and to Star Citizen, which is desperately needed once we have more systems in place to support sort of persistence. It's obviously going to heavily prevent griefing and trolling to some extent, but you need a law system and fine systems and stuff like that to also support that, and security and defences. No porridge tonight. No. So I've had a bowl of porridge earlier, and I've had a little tiny bit of my chili earlier when it was half cooked, just to make sure it was not too hot. When do you think we can spawn ships and ships? So it's not for 3.9 now. They confirmed that in Star Citizen Live. I would expect it for 4.0 though, or for a 3.9.x update, but more likely 4.0. But I would genuinely expect it then. I wouldn't expect it to get pushed back any further. I think it was very close to being in 3.9. I've bought some yesterday. I bought online in Glasses Direct or something. Hopefully, I like the frames. Some of these glasses, some computer glasses, but with blue light filter. Loads of people were recommending them to me, and saying that someone gave me like $100 or $200 last stream as well. I went, I'll buy some new glasses. That makes sense because 90% of the time when I'm at my computer, I'm reading something about Star Citizen or sometimes about computer games, but other computer games. I don't even see Star Citizen as a computer game now. I see it as a way of life. Upgraded membership to producer. Oh, shite. Thank you so much. How is PvP bounty hunting improving in 3.9? It's not very much. So 3.9's bounty hunting, they talked about it a little bit on Star Citizen Live. Now, they were sort of a bit confused when they talked about PvP bounty hunting. So, like, Todd Pappy didn't seem to know anything about that. So it's possible that it's just something that's not within his area that he was looking after or was aware of. We know there's going to be updates to the bounty hunting missions. There's sort of like slash assassination missions. There's some more group-focused ones where you can go after multiple targets simultaneously. Targets will be able to quantum drive away. But we don't know what the PvP bounty hunting card actually meant on the roadmap yet. Hopefully, CIG will address that over the weekend. Any idea when NPC AI will be slightly better? So they're working on that for 3.9 with collision avoidance and 3D navigation stuff. So this is huge stuff towards AI in ships and being able to understand where they can move and go and move between physics grids, move between space and planet side and land and all this sort of stuff. So it's all building towards that. So you'll have AI potentially a lot more maneuverable and less derpy in 3.9. The ship AI anyway. FPS AI still needs work. There's a huge amount of AI features coming this year. and improvements, and even like ones that are focusing on polishing the AI to a good functional state, not just a functional, they're not mega derp anymore, but a good state. That's what the cards and the roadmap shows. So we don't know if they're going to be able to get that, but hopefully they will be able to do it. Like they said, I mean, AI, I think, is probably quite genuinely the biggest roadblock for Star Citizen. I mean, some people are going to say it's server meshing and stuff, but I honestly think it's going to be the AI. We're so much reliant on that, and it's so difficult to do. Shadow Fox, thank you very much for the subscription. Very much appreciated. Do you think they will sell limited ships this year like the Kraken and IDRIS? Yes, in November. That where I see a good-looking guy. Thank you very much, Asuna. It was very good to see you at CitizenCon, Asuna. Assuming that's you on... That's your alias here. I am charming, thanks. Fix for desync in 3.9. They said that it should be addressed there. They've got the proxy physics refactor stuff updated as well. So they are hoping that 3.9 does not have desync issues in the same way. Obviously, there's still going to be like latency and delay and stuff and prediction problems potentially. But the desync problems that we had with 3.8's branch should hopefully be fixed. Do they still have NPCs spawning inside of other NPCs? The FPS AI, I have seen that happen with Stealth, yes. Even in 3.8.2. Have CIG ever said anything about selling your own ships in-game or part exchanging for new ships? Yes, that will be a feature in the future, at least selling your ships in-game. Would you like to see a NPC crew variant as a hologram? Like the emergency medical hologram from Star Trek? Oh, they don't want to have AI that's smart. So they could have pre-recorded holograms like we're going to see on Microtech. In New Babbage, there's a hologram there in the style of sort of like Mass Effect you can chat to, and they'll give you information about the thing, but it's just a pre-recorded hologram. Hello, hello. Will the UI rework for elevators be in 3.9? So they are updating HUDs and UIs and MFDs from patch to patch. I don't know exactly what's going to get updated when. Beyond that, they're working on the ship HUD stuff at the moment, and then they want to get the visor updates in after that, I believe. Although there's been some updates already for the player status system. No, maybe they've already done a lot of the player HUD stuff, or some of the player HUD stuff, and they want to do the Moby-Glass maybe after. I think it was the Moby-Glass after the ship HUD stuff. But I would expect that all future elevators and things are built with the new building blocks and tactile buttons rather than in a thought. I'm not sure when they're going to go back and redo the rest. Dutch Roger, can you be more specific on the thoughts on Jupiter? Are you talking about the Crusader Industries sort of like old ship in lore, the Jupiter carrier thing? Thoughts on the apparently fake bounty PvP card? I talked about that a minute ago. I'm not sure if it's just that Todd Pappy didn't know what that card was, or if it's a mistake or a problem or whatever. Well, yeah, there is sort of like some bounty improvements or bounty hunting improvement stuff with some new missions, and that bounties can quantum travel away, but obviously that's not PvP orientated. So I want to see what we've got for that. I will buy this game, but I'm 18 years old tomorrow. When I tried to buy the game, it asked me for my billing info, what I put in. If I die in the game, my player get reset. I don't know what it might be different from country to country how you buy stuff online. So eventually, your character, when the game's released and live, at the moment it's very, very much alpha, so it's going to be a few years yet before this is in properly and important. When you can die a few times but eventually, if you keep on dying, you will permanently die, and you will have to make a new character. You won't have to buy a new character. You won't have to buy anything new. You'll have to make a new character on your account, and that character will receive most, if not all, of your this is the plan in Death of a Spaceman, of your old character's stuff. So the idea here is that you might lose some reputation, you might lose some money, whatever, from your permadeath, but this gives more risk and reward and more sort of realism to the verse. It's not hard death like, oh god, I'm dead, done, GG. It's well, I've got to make a new character. That's you don't want to die. Dutch Voyager, yes. You want me to talk about the Cloud Imperium, the Crusader Industries Jupiter. So in the Crusader portfolio, there's a ship called the Jupiter that's sort of like helped solidify Crusader Industries as a ship manufacturer and like a high quality one, which they were using sort of like as a car transport originally to move their ships around and things like that. And then they started selling them. So these were giant carrier ships basically, and it's possible that we will see eventually a giant Crusader Industries carrier in the future. I mean, I think that's very, very possible. They have a planet. I mean, I suppose they don't properly have a planet. They don't have the ground on the planet of Crusader because it's a gas giant. But they have the whole of the orbit of Crusader and the floating like shipyard and city in the orbit of Crusader. So they're very likely to be able to do things like that. Have the capabilities to make that sort of ship in lore, so they probably will have one in game eventually. Do you think we'll see a freelancer rework right now when packing a cargo? You have to jump in and get it. Oh, they certainly tweak that sort of stuff. Stuff that's bugged and annoying or like not as intended, like you can't move around your ship when you've got too much cargo in it and things, that'll be solved. Do you think people's standards are a bit extreme regarding how soon the game should be released? It's a game of immersion that no previous game has ever attempted. Some people, yeah. Some people, the community is pretty large now. Some people are going to have unpopular or unreasonable opinions, or differing opinions or whatever. And there's going to be a huge range of opinions, which is extreme on both ends. So it's all good. People can have their opinions and talk about them. Just be civil, or as civil as possible. And I think yes, some people are definitely want the game to come out now and expect it to come out now. But it's not going to be. It's going to be years and years and years. And it's in alpha stage, and it's in an alpha stage which is playable, but it is not a proper game yet. It is them ticking off a load of minimum viable product features from a list at the moment. And when we get into beta, that's going to be significantly more playable, and them building actual content for each of those features. I am thick indeed, in the strong way, yeah. It's weird. I'm doing fine, thank you very much, Dazza. Do you think they will release the Star Runner before they release data running gameplay? Yes, or at the same time. If you get data running gameplay this year, it'll be very basic data running gameplay. But they can just do data as cargo. They can just have it very basic. Realistic water when? So you are going to see significantly more realistic water in 3.9 with the new water shader stuff and liquid shader stuff. I'll be interested to know if we'll see that on Hurston. I suspect it will be updated for Hurston as well, but you'll see it on one of the moons of Microtech. Got a realistic water ocean, or more realistic one. Updated realistic one? Does the $25 character skin also change the interior colours of the ship? Not that I've noticed. I didn't really... No, it doesn't change the interior colours that I was aware. Perhaps that's why CIG justifies it. CIG sell it for $25 because they can. It's a skin that some people will buy still. Do you think the merchantman will go up in price next Citizen console? Yes, I do. You might be able to get it one more time or something like this year before it goes up in price, potentially. 4.1 looks really short on the roadmap. Do you think CIG are going to start adding more things to it? Yes, they've already said they are. How will getting huge cable ships work as they don't fit in hangar? Do they just appear? So they need ship-to-station docking, and then they can spawn them next to ships in the short term, or in the medium term. There will be giant landing pads on certain planets and certain areas like Crusader shipyards, as giant shipyards. So you can spawn ships there quite easily. But obviously space stations, they can spawn them next to the space station docked, like the docking collar. Do you know about the new Origin ship that you talked about a few videos ago? No. So all we know, the teaser for the Origin thing is that in a newsletter, the channel's newsletter, actually, 1 second. There you go. Got it in, literally got it in front of me. So in the chairman's newsletter, according to our sources in New Austin, ICC, so that's the Imperial Cartographic people, consultants are spending a lot of time at Origin HQ. We're not sure what implications there are, but we're keeping our ears to the ground. So that is very likely to be a teaser about a new Origin ship. Because they often do that in these Chairman's Club newsletters. This is for Concierge. So some people have thought maybe that means keep our ears close to the ground. Maybe it's an Origin rover. It's the ICC, the cartography guys. Maybe it's something to do with survey or exploration. Origin rover would sort of fit that. Maybe it's an actual proper new ship. Is the virus greater than Brexit? I mean, Brexit didn't really kill anyone in the same way. The virus is more of a threat. So it's young people and very healthy people, typically most people. If you get that virus that's going around at the moment, you're going to be probably fine. You're going to have mild flu. Some people will have quite bad flu. Some people might need to go to hospital if they're really bad or have respiratory problems from it. And hopefully they'll get better. And most people will. People that have underlying conditions, a bit worse. Like my dad, recovering from... Well, he's recovered for the most part. Still got a terrible cough. Had cancer. Has had an operation on his lungs. He would not do well with it. He's at high risk. So I'm trying not to get it, because otherwise I might give it to him. How big will those ships get in Star Citizen? I think 3 kilometers? Question mark? The King ship that big? Pretend. 700 miles. Yeah, done. Boom. Does that include bunker elevators, like them duplicating and not being able to hit the button to go down? So all elevators and buttons and things like that in game, I believe, are moving away from inner thought and coming to the new building block systems that have the buttons actually pressable effectively and physicalized. Will they fix the way that other players walk through the game? It's very clumsy, laggy, and fake. Yes. It's the problem that they had for a long while. They need better network code, but they've got a load of that stuff planned to be fixed this year with client-to-server network refactor, server-side object container streaming, lots of stuff, lots of optimization stuff. Give more ships. So 3.9. There's an IDRIS mission, and literally a mission to fight an IDRIS as part of the Arlington Gang mission. Quite an epic sort of like set of missions that will then culminate in lots of people needing to work together to go take down an IDRIS. You can only do the mission, you can only get the mission once, so you can go and join someone else that's doing it as many times as you want. So that's going to be an interesting one. It is just the exterior of the IDRIS and the turrets, they sort of said. Although I'm sure we'll still try and get on board, even if it doesn't have an exterior. That's probably the thing I'm looking forward to. That's the thing I'm most hyped about for 3.9. Though there's a lot of stuff that's coming in 3.9 that I want to do, like with prisons and stuff. What else have we got here? When is the Pyro system scheduled? 2020. That's all we know. So 4.1 or 4.2. What gamer? You're so dope. I would literally eat an entire club of cabbage for you. Thanks, mate. I won't ask you to do that, because that's the kind of cool guy I am. Right, can we talk about the Cutlass Blue images from this week's Inside Star Citizen? Yeah, we can. Let me bring up my video on it.
Hello and welcome.
No. So... we've got the prison pods and the prison mission for the... on the Caterpillar. What else have we got? Got the IDRIS mission. This video should be live now, I think. Just put it up. So we got the Cutlass Blue stuff here as well. So they're trying to work out what shade of blue they want for the Cutlass Blue. I think I like this one or this one. These two. So B and D. I like B and D the most. Yeah, it looks... I think the ship looks cool. I think I'd probably prefer it to the Cutlass Black. I like the idea of the pods in there as well. I like the prisoner cryopods that they're obviously using for the Caterpillar mission as well. You've got the Prowler as well there. With lots of Mars Eckharts in them. So, that video is now live on my channel, so check that out. That's a combination of Inside Star Citizen and the monthly report for the Persistent Universe. But I really like I'm looking forward to the Cutlass Blue. Is the Cutlass Blue on the roadmap at the moment? Ships and vehicles. No, it is not. So the Cutlass Blue is not currently on the roadmap. So it could be a surprise 3.9 thing or 4.0 thing. It's got to be 3.9 or 4.0 in my opinion. Starrunner is in 4.1 Q3. What is a question? Yeah, I think it is. 4.1, yeah. Will they ever sell CCU upgrades to the Polaris again? Almost certainly. Hey board, have an Avenger Titan, a Cutlass Black, like mining, can afford to upgrade to a Prospector. Do you think it's better to hire the Prospector and upgrade to something else? I'd consider upgrading your Avenger Titan to the Prospector and keeping the Cutlass Black. That would be my suggestion. Because the Cutlass Black is super multi-role, Prospector is more focused. You could do a bit of everything. Probably what I'd do. How will other players capture other players during bounty missions? Surely most players will not come willingly and not be put in the back of a prison ship. So, this is the most likely thing to happen. They've got surrender mechanics planned for 3.9, although Todd Pappy seemed to be a bit confused whether they're actually in or not. And we'll have to wait and see. The idea is that in 3.9 or 3.9.x release or 4.0, you'll be able to surrender rather than die. Once you surrender to security forces or eventually bounty hunters, you will respawn in prison, or you'll respawn with your fines paid or whatever at an appropriate place. Okay? So you sort of like fades to black, bam. I suspect then for the people that are capturing you, they can then just lead you wherever they want, put you in a cargo pod. Done. You can't really be rescued because you've already spawned in prison. That's the probable way they'll do it for the most part. And that's what I would expect. How far along do you think server meshing is? I don't know. They've been working on it. They're making progress on it. They're making progress on other features that are reliant on it, like the iCache, or vice versa, that it relies on. So like the iCache and server-side object container streaming and full persistence and all this sort of stuff. So even when it's released in static server meshing, which is the first stage of server meshing we'll get, they're going to have to take a while to dial that in. It's going to be a while. They're going to keep on improving it and stuff. And then eventually we'll have dynamic server meshing, and it will go through the same process of they need to improve it and it will be dialed in. But they wanted server meshing to be almost ready, the static server meshing, the first stage of server meshing, almost ready by the end of this year. So I would expect to see it in early to mid 2021. I now have insider leaks on the surely upcoming retaliatory work. I have not heard anything about that genuinely from CIG. With the introduction of the player status system, I'm assuming we are getting new armor and clothing. Yes, that's true. The very least at New Babbage, the new location the location that's opening up on Microtech, there's going to be focused clothing for protection of like the cold and stuff. But all armor and clothing will have ratings attributed to it that protects you to some degree against heat or cold, or makes you hotter or colder, I suppose. Do you think the Origin reveal was the 600 rework? It's possible. I mean, they did say they were going back to the Origin 600i once they had finished the Carrack, so it's possible for that. Maybe they're really having a look at the exploration sort of like aspect of the 600i Explorer. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to go buy out. It'll be 2 minutes, and I need to wash my hands like 7 times. Because that's what the UK government have said. My mother was hungry, so she served herself my chili, and she said, because it's my own recipe. It's like honey soy, slightly Asian-y sort of chili. She said it was it's really it's nice. It's a bit strange, but it's nice. It's like going to get your food in a house on fire. I was like, I need to find out more about this in a minute. I need to find out what she means. What does that mean? I've just recharged my batteries for my GoPro as well, which means that I'll actually get the footage from CitizenCon off it, which I'd looked at, and some of it was damaged already, but I can go back through that footage and see if there's anything worth putting up, even if it's just for like, for Patreons or channel members. if it's or whatever. We'll see what's in there. There might be some stuff I've missed out as well from my coverage of CitizenCon that I might want to talk about. Like, oh yeah, because I did interview a few devs, Luke Presley. I talked to Sean Tracy at length. There's a few others. Someone's from the ships team. Someone that's working in Squadron 42. Although I just so probably wouldn't say anything about that stuff. Yeah, so we'll look at that. But the reason I charged the batteries for my GoPro was to get a video of my three-legged cat that's just sort of like turned up at my house and gone, now I live here. Does that mean the cockpit buttons are going to be switched to physicalized? Sort of. They're improving the cockpit experience, and there's going to be a lot more physical interaction with the cockpit. You can do stuff with hotkeys still, but then moving away as far as they can that's sensible from inner thought. I'm answering questions from loads of different sources. So I've got Discord, a list of questions that were previously asked, YouTube and Twitch, and communities tabs and things like that as well. Are the Cutlass Blue pods removable via the Vehicle Manager app? We don't know yet. It looks like they are just basically cargo pods. So I would expect them to be movable in the future. I'm looking forward to 3.9. The game's still going to be an alpha, but it should be significantly more playable than 3.8, assuming that there's no giant, terrible bugs. There certainly could be. A lot of server side, a lot of background services stuff got added in 3.8, and there was bugs. So hopefully they'll fix those bugs for 3.9, like desync and stuff like that. Getting that stuff solved would be great. And the promise of long-term persistence between patches is pretty cool as well. I mean, progress. Is there any way to tell which landing pad I've landed on at the rest stops? ASOP terminal doesn't say, and I haven't seen a sign on the pad anywhere. Well, the ASOP pad doesn't say. Why doesn't I thought the ASOP terminals did tell you. Any word when they fixing ships stuck in hangars, or Mabe at least make it so we can sell cargo we just brought back to the station? I would expect that stuff to be solved for 3.9. I was expecting it to be solved for 3.8.2, to be honest. I haven't eaten. I haven't eaten yet, and I'm bipolar and on a massive diet. So I have varying blood sugars, which throughout the day will make me incredibly hyper, and then very sort of like, oh god, like that. How will using the restroom, bathroom, or loo, or lack of, affect your charisma? I think, quite literally, in the future, there's going to be hygiene tracked, and NPCs will comment directly on your personal hygiene. Is there a website where you can look at the 3D images of ships? Yeah, there's a few, but I can't think of any off by heart, Ted. I will update this counter with the last couple of streams worth of donations at some point. Apologies, this doesn't seem to be working properly. I will get rid of the donation tracker for now. No, wrong one, isn't it? This one? No. This one? No. That one? No, no, no. This one? Yes. Do you ear your GoPro while gaming? What? What? Do I ear it? Like rub my ear on it? No, no. Why would I rub my ear on my GoPro? What would you like to see from a fully developed flight model? Something that's fun and that works and allows me to play competitively. The thing is that you want it to be incredibly lightweight, so that not much data needs to go, not much in the form of packets needs to transfer between you and someone else that you're playing against, and that prediction can be sensible and work. So it's more that I want a flight model that allows for competitive dogfighting. Can you make the sweet loves with the aliens? No. Not as far as we're aware. So as a noob, how do I get rid of my crime stat? Let security kill you, or buy a crypto key, which you can get in places like Levski in the marketplace, opposite the plants, or in Ruto's room in Grimhex. You can buy one of these crypto keys, and you go to a security post Korea or one of the security bunkers, and then you use the terminals there with the crypto key, and you can hack down your criminal rating. People have answered you in chat as well, which is great. Do you think you'll get countermeasures other than flare and chaff? Yes, I do think in the future. I think there's going to be electronic warfare. And I think there's going to be different types of chaff and flare, and maybe sort of like beacon deployables and things like that, spoofing things. What are your thoughts on personal inventory? What will it look like? When will it be implemented? So they're going to implement it. I would expect to see it this year, by the end of the year. I think they want to have more attachment points on players in the shorter term. Like I think they're separating backpacks from armor, things like that. And then you'll have more attachment points on your body based on what clothing you're wearing. And then there's sort of like physicalized inventory from that. You won't have a magic bag of holding anymore for your personal manager app stuff. It will be whatever you are holding on your body. A much more simple system. But will it be something? Will it be like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds or something like that, or Escape from Tarkov's system? Well, it's going to be you can't have a load of guns in your backpack unless your backpack can fit that. It's going to be sensible. So I'd be interested to see what it's like. I mean, obviously, it's then you're going to have like lockers and things that you can put suits in and armor in and weapons in and armories and things, because you're going to want to put your stuff on the fly. Will the Carrack and the the freelancer be able to make their own quantum travel eventually? And hey, so we're expecting in the future that you'll be able to explore quantum travel to certain points, mark locations to quantum travel to later, deploy beacons, sell information, sell locations, that sort of stuff. So you need to be able to explore, but we also need to be able to scan. Board Gamer, it's your fault all my free time is taken up with Star Citizen. Well, we don't spend all your time playing Star Citizen. I do like Star Citizen though. You've got good org, I suppose. You could play Star Citizen for hundreds and hundreds of hours. I play a big mix of games still. I'm still a pretty social gamer. I like to read and research a lot of the time as well. And sometimes, at least once a day for a couple of hours, I like to have my own personal space as well, away from people. I'm a weird one. I love socialising and then I love being alone. Maybe I'm not weird. Maybe that's perfectly normal. Who knows? Are there any social evening in the UK Southeast? So, I'm planning to arrange one in the south in Southampton in Hampshire. Regularly at some point. But if you go on the Bar Citizen website, you'll be able to find more. Being that Star Citizen is set in the future, shouldn't some kind of AI tech be interpreted? Also, so that AI-wise, in the future, in the lore, AI hasn't really worked when they've tried to make sort of like super clever AI and AI robots and artificial life. So they sort of like gone, doesn't work in the lore. Bam. Do you think we'll be able to use computers and blades to auto-deploy countermeasures? Oh! I think systems like that might exist in the future, yeah. I think that's the sort of thing that you might be able to get AI blades to do. It might not be particularly effective. Or it might take up slots that you could use for something else that's clever. Will we be able to accidentally eject prisoner pods? We haven't heard anything about how, if they are detachable like that. But I would expect them to be. Because you literally deploy the cargo pod, give it to someone, get your bounty maybe? But yeah, maybe they are like cargo. I'll post about the... A couple of people have asked me, said they'll be into doing a Southampton social or nearby social for Star Citizen. So I'll post it on my social media or Facebook or probably on the Twitter. I'll probably mention it in videos as well. With narcotics and stims planning on giving the player effects with this whole player status thing, they are adding. You think they will include things like physical upgrades, prosthetics? They sort of talked about that before. They didn't have that originally planned for prosthetics and sort of like body augmentation, but you were able to get gear and equipment that will give you bonuses, and obviously there's buffs and debuffs from consumables. So. I wasn't ignoring you, Q-Star. I was saying that I will do. You said yay for the Star at the Southampton meetup if we did Star Citizen Social. I love you. It's okay, JQ Star. It's going to be okay. You are loved. You can be needy as well. It's fine. While flying, the sun can be blinding. Any talk about different ship views, such as heat map or grid view? No, nothing that we've heard. But they obviously don't want people to be constantly blind. However, they also want people flying into the sun during dogfighting to be a tactic. Well, close your eyes. Close your eyes, Max. I would expect there to be other, like... I mean, the AI isn't necessarily going to be blind in the same way that humans are when you're flying into the sun. So, tell your AI pilot to fly into the sun. Do you think people can make a living real life working for someone else in-game? I mean, there are gold sellers and there are things like that. That do stuff like that already. I'm planning to employ an editor slash helper slash carer slash community manager full time to help me with my channel. A lot of their job is going to be playing Star Citizen. Must I now get a visa if I want to draw your Bar Citizen? Oh, that's a good point. Not this year. I wouldn't expect at all. Next year, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Well, again, there's a new Star Citizen player who plays on Shadow PC. I shield for Shadow. The US one, there's an issue with the amount of storage. Can you not buy more storage really cheaply with Shadow? How restrictive is the storage at the moment? I've got the super high level packages. I've got access to all of it, so I test Star Citizen on them constantly, but I haven't really played much else beyond Star Citizen on them. Do I wear diapers when playing a long session of Star Citizen? No, I only wear diapers when I'm in my Fairy Wolf suit, and I know I'm going to be in that for a long time. Is that true or not? Who knows? Update on mech suits. We know that Titan suits are going to be in this game at some point. They're sort of like more Iron Man than big mechs, but we don't know when they're going to be in game. They have largely finished. They're sort of like they've largely been completed for their needs to Squadron 42, as far as we're aware. But for the persistent universe, we're not sure. Right. So we're expecting 3.9 to go to Ivocard either end of this week, so potentially today or this weekend, or next week. So more on that once I know more. But obviously, I can't share the details of Ivocard beyond the Ivocard phase has started when I know it started. Let me just make sure that it hasn't started. I haven't got an email, so that's good. So we get 3.9 soon. We haven't had anything more on Theatres of War. We know that Theatres of War will start testing between now and 3 months' time. Got an IDRIS mission in 3.9. We've got that prison mission in 3.9. We've got new Babbage. We've got a load of other new missions, player status, consumables, light survival mechanics, weather, cold and all that sort of jazz. Prowler's going to be quite exciting for some people. We're expecting there to be some sort of new straight flyable ship or vehicle, probably something from Origin. There's quite a lot that's gone into 3.9. Prisons, new prison gameplay. I think it's going to be pretty popular. And that's a huge gameplay loop. We're hoping that the ship AI is a lot better. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so 3.9, it's got a good amount to it. Volatile cargo as well. So like, if you don't get your minables because you mined some quantanium back to the refinery quick enough, it could explode. Or if you take too much damage or whatever on the way, it could explode. And you've got to jettison it or something. So, I think that's pretty cool. I'm very much looking forward to 3.9. I hope a lot of other people are as well. But the IDRIS, I think it's the IDRIS mission and prisons for me. Both of those together. Like, when it goes live, try and get as many runs as the IDRIS as we can for footage. Maybe some stuff on live stream as well. That seems reasonable, right? And we'll do some silly stuff in prisons as well, I think. Do you advise me to buy this game, and what's your favourite ship? If you were buying this game, I would advise you to get a Mustang Alpha. $45 start package. That gives you everything you need to be able to play the game, and then you can rent and buy most of the other ships in game now. And it looks like we've got persistence carrying over from this patch to the next patch, and less wipes going on. So then have a bit of a play around, see what you like, potentially join someone else's org, or ask to borrow other people's ships, and they'll give you a mess around and play with them. And I can't recommend you buy anything more than that, to be honest. Get a good PC, get your preferable controller, and then buy a starter package. If you've got loads of disposable income, you want to go for an upgrade, potentially upgrade to a Adventure Titan or a Cutlass Black or something, but you only need a starter pack. Will Server Blades allow scripting and programming to do things, or will it be preset only? I believe it will be preset only. It will be, the more basic is the more likely scenario. How many accounts on Concierge do I have? Only one. Only one Concierge. Maybe two. I think it's only one. I think it's only one Concierge account. I'm pretty sure. I've got about... I think it was like... I've got 8 or 9 accounts. I thought it was like a dozen, but it's about 8 or 9. And then I bought like an account for like Zin and Kit and DC and G and people as well. Do you miss Redacted? It still exists to an extent. I want to do podcasts again. I want to get involved with people like Salty Mike and people again, for sure, and do content. Do you think the prisons will feel busy, or you'll be there all alone? I think it depends. Like, I think if you just jumped into a random server by yourself, I think you'd occasionally see people in there. I think if you go in there with an org, you're going to have a full server in a prison. How effective is stealth currently? Not working as intended, not particularly super effective. They need to get the systems in place for that, and scanning and passive radar systems and detection systems better. I mean, it works, but it's very alpha. I mean, a lot of the stuff in Star Citizen is, very alpha. How much do you think the IDRIS mission will pay? That's an interesting one. I don't know. It has to be a fucking load, though, because you're going to need a load of people to take it down. If you do bad stuff in someone else's ship, will the owner get the fine or the pilot? Good question. I'm not sure how it's going to work in 3.9. So there's sort of like two things that are going on. Once you report a ship stolen, then it's not yours anymore, so you don't have to worry. Typically, it will be whoever the main pilot is, but also ships are included in this now as well. So if the ship does something bad, everyone on board will get a criminal rating. Is any of the new sign distance field tech in 3.9? Not as far as I'm aware, no. I disagree with you on that board. Buy a Mustang Alpha and then CC you to a Titan ASAP. You can rent the Titan in game so quickly, though. I mean, yeah. All you need is that starter package, though, in my opinion. Yeah, I have recommended in the past people to get Adventure Titans if they've got the spare cash. It's like $15, $20 extra. But I think all you need is the Mustang Alpha, and it's just a few extra hours of grinding while you're learning the game. It's fine. Any fixes for the Caracan 3.9? Don't know yet. I would expect so. Right. I'm going to dash off because I'm going to eat. I'm going to make sure my dad's alright because he's got a migraine. I'm going to make sure my mum's alright because she said my chili was nice but like getting your food from a house on fire, which I need to work out what that means. Maybe it's quite smoky. I put a lot of smoked paprika in it. Thank you very much for watching, Chris and everyone else. Very much appreciated. You don't need to thank me for my content. I'm incentivized to do it by YouTube paying me for you guys watching, and for like people clicking on my shadow and NordVPN links and using those things, and Patreon and donations and YouTube members, all of which are viable ways of supporting the channel. But genuinely, thank you so much. Like Robert Johnston, you give me so much money very regularly. You never need to do that, but genuinely, thank you. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, especially when you give it to me. And there's the sleep. The sleep. That could be a name, couldn't it? I thought it was like Thessal, but it could be the sleep. Thank you very much for being a fantastic supporter of my stuff and giving me loads of money. Michael Ike as well. You're new to my scene and you've donated huge amounts of monies as well. I don't know what to say. Like, well, I do. Thank you. Very much appreciated. But yeah, thank you very much. Very much appreciated. I love your faces. And oh, you have face and you still live with your parents. Looking after my father, who's recovering from cancer, dude. That's what I'm doing. That's oh. But I suppose I am kind of living with my parents then. That's a slightly different reason, I think. But thanks for your opinion. Appreciate it. But anyway, you take care. Thank you very much for watching. We're gonna go stream someone else. Oh, monster. Oh. Right. Moist Needle. I will go and host Moist Needle because I want to go and see him soon. Right. How do host? There we go. /raid. Thank you very much for watching. I've got a new video up on the channel, which went live during the live stream, combining some new stuff about 3.9 and the Inside Star Citizen and the monthly report. But yes, go and watch Moist and Noodle here if you wish. You guys take care. Thank you so much for watching, helping, supporting, being amazing, being monstrous, a mixture of all that. You take care, and I love you all. Mwah.